In this video, we revisit one of the old Minecraft handbooks, the Updated Redstone Handbook from 2015, to see if any of the builds showcased and it actually still work in the current version of Minecraft. And keep in mind, this was before even things like observers existed, so this is really old redstone. So I've selected 7 different redstone contraptions from this book that we should test in the newest version. And keep in mind, these are 5 years old. It's been a long time since I built any of these, and these are some of the things that I actually like, the first redstone things that I learned how to build in Minecraft. The first one is kind of one of the predecessors to the observer clock. It's a lot bigger because observers didn't exist, but it is extremely fast, similar to the observer clock. It may actually be faster. I might do an experiment to test that. So it's not very complicated. I'm just going to follow like the exact blocks that are here in the book, including the wool colors that I have. That actually might be lime wool, I don't know, we're just gonna use green. It could just be lime. Now, we actually just made this clock circuit. You just turn it on by doing that, and we have a super fast clock circuit. I really want to see which is faster, whether or not an observer or this is faster, so I'm gonna test that. Okay, I have both of these hooked up to the same lever, and there's a dispenser off of each of them. I'm going to place 1 stack of arrows in each side, and we're going to see which one actually finishes first. So let's not do a stack, that could take a while. Let's just do 16. We don't need a ton in there. Let's just see which one fires first, or maybe they're the same speed. Ah, that was so hard to tell. It kind of looked like this one finished first. Let me try again. It really looked like that one finished first. I think they may actually be the same speed. They're probably just like 1-tick pulses or something. I think they're the same speed. Well, we can conclude that it is definitely still working the same as how it did years ago. But now let's move on to a deluxe lighting system. At least that's what it's called in our book. I think this may actually already be working. It looks like it's already working. It does actually work. That's really cool. So this is working as intended. Huh. I actually really like this design. I'm not sure if I've ever actually built this before. I had this book for a really long time, but I don't think I ever built this design from the book. So you can just turn the lighting on and off like that. You could also do something similar with just a redstone lamp, using a T flip-flop circuit, but this is pretty cool. And moving on, we have an automated chicken farm. Now, I remember building this thing a really long time ago in my survival world. I remember it broke at one point, but I don't know if that was a fault of mine or whether or not this thing actually is fully broken. That's what we're going to find out today. If it's not fully broken, then I'm honestly probably going to build it on the server that I'm on because it's so simple. No, I think this is everything. So, like, you put the lava there if you wanted to cook the chicken, and you do that if you wanted it to not cook the chicken, but you have to remember to not overwrite the lava, which I just did. I remember doing that a lot in my survival world. It was not fun. You have to push it again before you do that, otherwise, yeah, it overwrites it. So, let's have it be cooked for now, and I will get some chicken spawn eggs. Chicken. And I click down there and it spawns on top. Okay, if I do the bottom, then that works just fine. Get out of here. And so tons of chickens sit in there and they lay eggs. And so to simulate the egg laying, because I don't feel like sitting here for a long time, we're going to put eggs inside this manually. And I'm seeing a problem. What happens if I just put one in at a time? Because putting multiple did not work. So I can't tell if this is actually going to spawn chickens. I see a baby chicken out there. And I don't know if they spawn inside the cauldron anymore. An easy way to check, I guess, is to remove that. I guess it is working. It looks like it is. Because it did spawn a baby chicken in there. And I'll have to see if it still actually gets killed. Or not. Yeah, it's spawning baby chickens, so it seems to be working. But the baby chickens won't die to that. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back here after we've done everything else, and we're going to see if there's any cooked chicken in here and feathers. That's what we're going to do. And we'll see if it's actually working. So let's move on to the fourth contraption. The fourth contraption is a variable range dual shot TNT cannon. This is another thing that I built time and time again a long time ago in Minecraft, but I don't know how well it's going to work because TNT cannon stopped working as well in one of the updates like a year or two ago. It just occurred to me, if this thing blows up instead of launching, it's going to take the chicken thing with it. Now I'm concerned. Let's do like the lowest power. Please work. Please. Okay, so that shot it like really close. It was extremely weak power. Let's try the next power. That will launch 2 TNT with it. That shoots it farther, and I think that chicken is very dead. Yep. RIP. Third power setting, 3 TNT. And that's gonna launch it even farther. And finally, the fourth power setting, which is 4 TNT. Let's see just how far this launches. So at least it is working. That launched it very far. I don't think it didn't make it to the ground. So the fourth power setting, if you're shooting it as something that's on the same level as you are, or lower, it's not going to be effective. But if you're shooting as something higher up, then it will be quite effective. So this thing still works pretty well. It's better than the other simple TNT cannon design. It looks like the chickens got annihilated. I think all the chickens got annihilated. I'll have to put more baby chickens in there because I didn't think they were going to get damaged that close. I'm glad to see that this TNT cannon is working, so we're going to move on to another weapon, a supercharged fire arrow launcher. This thing basically just takes normal arrow shot from a dispenser and makes some fire arrows by shooting them through lava, so should be pretty interesting. Let's just see how we actually build this thing. This is like a complicated clock circuit thing, and it seems like you just toggle it on and off. So I think this may work. Let's find out. If we do that, it is lighting some of them on fire. I don't understand why not all of them are being lit on fire. What? That's actually really weird. Not all of these are on fire. So it kind of works. I built this the exact way that it shows in the picture here. But yeah, not all of them were lit on fire. So maybe something got changed. Like the arrow has to be positioned in a certain way. Oh, okay, now it's on fire. That's not good. Yep, there it goes. So I don't think this really works anymore, unfortunately. It's cool. I'm sure you could adapt this to make it work in the new version, but yeah, not the best. Anyways, moving on from that failed thing over there. We used to work, I guess not now. We have a 3x3 piston door, which I am interested to see if this is going to work or not. Oh, there we go. Now it's working. I think there was just an error on my part. Also, because these pictures are a little bit difficult to see, I think if we add one more layer of stoneworks around here, and it's just cosmetic, that we have completed our 3x3 piston door. Yep, we have, which is cool. So the activation method is down here. It is safe to say that this thing still works quite well, which I kind of expected it to work because they haven't really changed a lot with this, but it's good to know that this 3x3 piston door still is operational. We have one more thing to do. We have a potion lab, which I've actually built before a long time ago. I don't know if it still works. We're gonna find out. If it does still work, then I'm honestly almost guaranteed to build it on the server that I'm currently on, because it would be incredibly helpful. I think that this is done now to the extent that it was shown in the book, but there's a few things that need updating to this design, because we have phantom membranes and we also have scutes for various new potions for slow falling and turtle master. Obviously those are not a part of this, neither is the blaze powder input. So the question is, where can I do that and how could I do that? For example, what happens if we put blaze powder into one of these other inputs? Let's say that. Does that fill it up? It looks like it does. Now it might be okay to place in something like this, where you have a stack of blaze powder just mixed in with the water bottles, because you use the blaze powder so slowly. If you put in 2 stacks, but that's going to last you a really long time, and it's not very hard to add to later. So I think that's a solution to that. And I should be able to add an extra row of just selector panels for the other 2 potion ingredients. I'm going to see if I can do that right now. So phantom membrane and scutes. Let's see if we are able to do that. I may have to shift this extra area, the special thing for fermented spider eye, 1 down. I may have to do that to make this work properly. I guess we'll just find out. I think this is working now. I think. Let's find out. Let's try to brew one of the ones that I just added. Let's try to brew phantom membrane. So put in nether wart, and there's a phantom membrane sitting there waiting to go in. I don't think anything else happened. It seems like it's gonna be working. I'll try to make it like with the modifiers and see if anything breaks. I'm just gonna do a couple potion tests here. Let's fill that up, and I want to make this lingering potion. Let's see if that works. I think it did. No, there's nothing else waiting for it, so I think that worked just fine. This is gonna make it a lingering potion of slow falling extended duration. So now I'm pretty sure this thing is updated. I'm gonna test a few more potions, and once I've done that, I'll give my final verdict on whether or not this is still working. I mean, it's working to the extent that it was shown in the book, but whether or not they can be updated. So yeah, I have lingering slow falling, and it just puts more water bottles in. Oh, I feel slightly dumb. You need a turtle shell helmet thing to brew Turtle Master, not scutes. Ah. So you cannot hold as many of those at one time. But now we have Turtle Master. Let's give this one more test run. I need to relabel that turtle. There we go. I think we're good. I'm not sure why that was there. There shouldn't be anything left. I think we're okay now. We had the Dragon's Breath, Blaze Powder, and Turtle Master and Slow Falling Potion options. So with that, I think we can conclude that most of these things still work, except for that. That thing, no. That thing does not work. This is a little bit less effective, but it still works pretty well. It looks like this thing actually does work. We were able to obtain 1 singular cooked chicken over the course of like half an hour. So it's mega slow, but I guess working. All this stuff here works. Our piston door works, and our potion brewing system works, just modified. So it'd also probably be easy to take an output from this, but just have it locked until you want it to be removed. I think I could find a way to do that, so I may experiment with this more if I build it in a survival world. I think that'd be cool to have. Anyways, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I thought it'd just be fun to go and look back at some old redstone creations, see if they still work. Like, these are all 5 years old, so it's impressive that they still work and like this well over the course of all these updates. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, consider hitting that subscribe button if you are not already subscribed, and drop a like if you enjoyed. We're trying to get to 20,000 subscribers. That'd be very much appreciated. That's gonna be all for this video. Thanks for watching. I've been Sbeev, and I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Bye.